Welcome. In the early 1900s, a marketer set out to disprove a commonly held marketing law. And the thing about this marketing law, it's a lot of people still follow it today. But if this person was able to disprove the law, it might mean we've wasted billions of dollars in advertising over the years. So let's get into the story. At the turn of the 20th century, there was a marketing law called cumulative value. Publishers used cumulative value to convince advertisers that they needed to advertise within the publisher's publications frequently and consistently because the effects of the advertising would be maximized through cumulative exposure to the readers. William A. Shryer, a marketing practitioner at the time, this is back in 1912, outlined cumulative value in his book, Advertising Analytics, in the following way. He says, every advertiser is familiar with each of these statements. The first insertion of your advertisement is no practical test of its efficiency. In order to secure any practical test for your advertisement, it must appear in a publication no less than 3 times. 3, by constant repetition of your advertisement in a publication, you will at last secure profitable returns for yourself from it. 4, you cannot secure profitable results by spasmodic insertions of an advertisement in any publication. If you do not have the courage to run an advertisement constantly and long, you will fail. And 5, the longer and more persistently you run your advertisements in any publication, the more profitable it'll become for you. And we hear all these same statements today. Shryer, though, did not believe in the idea of cumulative value. He stated, their cumulative value theory attracted me mightily. First, because it violated every principle of psychology, logic, and reason, and nevertheless appeared to be the guiding principle of every seller of space I met, as well as the accepted belief of most advertisers. So Shryer began empirical investigation into advertising performance to test whether cumulative value existed. In his research, he carefully documented advertising performance across many advertisers and hundreds of ad placements. And what did his research find? That contrary to the cumulative value law, the first advertisement had the most significant impact and the benefits of additional exposure were limited. He wrote, the first insertion of a tried piece of copy in a new medium will pay better in every way than any subsequent insertion of the same copy in the same magazine. Now, you might be saying, I don't care what a guy who I've never heard of says about a topic I've never heard of over 100 years ago, but you should. Why? Because the idea of cumulative value underpins a lot of modern marketing. For instance, a lot of MarTech solutions are based on the idea of cumulative value. If sending one email to a person is good, why don't we develop workflows that send 5, 10, 15 emails to a person? How much better would that be? And if you do a search in terms of advertising frequency, you'll see lots of results saying that we need to advertise, that people need to see our advertisements like 7, 9, 15 times. So this is a commonly held belief, even in today's modern marketing. But if cumulative value isn't true, how many billions of dollars are we wasting? That's the question. Of course, the next question is, what does more modern research? I mean, Shryer wrote about this over 100 years ago. Is there any modern research that sort of supports his conclusions? When I read Shrier's book, it brought to mind a post written by Dale W. Harrison a while back on the similar topic. And in this post, Dale shares research from the paper is once really enough, making generalizations about advertising convex sales response function, by Taylor, Kennedy, and Sharp in the Journal of Advertising Research, June 2009. And this research reached a similar conclusion. Dale writes the research showed that ad response is entirely flat after the initial exposure to a given brand's advertising. So essentially reaching the same conclusion that Shryer did. And there's lots of other research out there that reaches similar conclusions. So what I don't understand is why marketers are so enamored with this idea. Back in 1912, marketers could have said, Shryer has made a compelling case here. Maybe it's not worth advertising this frequently or too soon. And maybe we could save millions of dollars. But most of them didn't. And now fast forward to 2024, marketers could review more modern research and reach a similar conclusion. Like maybe advertising too frequently, too soon isn't the best use of our dollars. And they could save billions of dollars, but most of them don't. It seems that this research is saying that if someone is exposed to your ad, it is likely showing it to them again too soon is just throwing money away. Money which could have a greater impact almost anywhere else. You could focus on reach instead of frequency. You could take that money to improve your company's product. You could take that money to pay your employees more. I mean, it would be better used to feed the homeless or fund children's education. I mean, any use would be better than just advertising again to someone who had just seen your ad. So there's a lot of research out there going all the way back to 1912 that shows advertising too frequently, too soon is not an effective use of your dollars. So take a look at how you're advertising and also take a look at your MarTech budgets. If you're just trying to take advantage of cumulative value, you may not be spending your money wisely.